Right. Okay, guys. Good morning and welcome back. Hope you can hear me properly. Send me a thumbs up again. Fast. Hurry up. Start the class. And so I have posted all the tutorials to the students, right? So hope you have got the tutorials, right? So all the tutorials have been posted up to date for the newcomers as well as all students, right? So nothing pending from my end now. Without even charging the delivery fees from you, I have posted everything. Actually, it's a cost to you, but I thought of investing for you, right? Okay. Then few things to highlight before starting. Number one, like last month paper class, I have uploaded tutorial questions of the accounting equation, remaining things, right? Hope you have watched the things and covered. This month, I'm going to upload all the past paper questions from 2024. 2025, you can't do because it's related to company, the accounting equation. 2024 to 2010, all the past paper questions relevant to the accounting equation. Send me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? So I'm going to upload all the past paper questions relevant to accounting equation, right, in the paper class category, right? So all the past paper questions only to the accounting equation, right? So from next month onwards, your live classes for the accounting paper revision classes will be started. Not this month, but uh, August. From the September first week onwards, accounting the paper revision classes, live classes will be started. We'll inform you the date and time. And another thing, I know you guys are having holidays this month, right? After I think 10th, you are having holidays. We need to do some one or two extra classes. Send me a thumbs up as a backup. Normally, I'm doing one or two extra classes concerning my future. Sometimes if I won't be able to cover a class in future because I'm sick or any other thing, we can cover it out earlier, right? I'll inform you the date and time. I'm planning to do some morning sessions, right? Only maximum two. I need the thumbs ups. Two sessions, right? During this month as a backup. Can you hear me? Right? I need the thumbs ups. As a backup, I'm going to do some two morning sessions, right? Yeah, yeah. Two morning sessions related to the double end system. It's good, then we can go a bit faster as well as cover the things, right? Most probably 2 hours and 30 minutes. Then good, like 5 hours totally for the double end system, right? Then we can cover it out. This month we need to cover the double end system as well as start the prime into books, right? That's why I'm going to do some two extra classes during this month. Then it's good for us, right? All right. So, last week what we have done, we have started the uh, double end system, and I told you about day one about the double entry system, transaction, double entry, and how to record it. I ask you to remember this one: X and live. X increase debit, decrease credit, live increase credit, decrease debit, right? So then I gave you debt click as well. Then how it comes, and I told you the ledger account format and the ledger, the place where we maintain all the ledger accounts, right? Every account belongs to any five out of these things, right? And I told you where we maintain the business caches. We maintain caches in three places, right? So two places, cash and the petty cash, right? So why all the cash and the check receipt, we assume that we are depositing to the bank. All the uh, cash and all the payments we issue via checks. So that's why there is no any bank account. That's we have only cash and petty cash, right? So we have discussed about that. And I told you we need to have the transaction. We are going to discuss about now. I told you how do we record the transaction. Remember? So we have discussed how to record the transaction, dual impact and the double entry. you know, like when the owner invests money, cash account debit, capital account credit. So uh, in description we change the other account names and write, right? Then we can use the T format as well. So I told you the general what is why there is a LF as well, and also we have recorded some other transaction as well. Then I ask you to take a table transaction, dual impact, and the double entry. We have discussed 7 transactions. Send me a thumbs up. We have discussed 7 transactions in here, right? We need to go 8 onwards today. We have discussed 7 transactions here. So let's discuss 8 onwards today, right? All right. Then let's discuss 8 transaction onwards today. Number 8. All right. We discuss own invest money, repayment of bank loan including interest, purchase furniture, purchase motor vehicle, right? Sold equipment, sold building, right? Number 8. Paid salaries, paid salary, paid salaries is 45,000. Number 9. Receive rent income is 1,000. Number 10. Paid traveling charges is 4,000. Number 11. Receive telephone bill for the month of March 2026. Let's see how do we recorded these things, right? Today we will discuss inventory as well, really important. So because of that, I need your support, right? All right. First one. Paid salary is 45,000. Let's see. When we pay salary, what will happen? Salary expense increase, right? I told you income expense every increase most of the time, and cash asset decrease. If I tell you like this, by check, by check, paid salaries by check, the same thing. By cash decrease, there's no any bank, right? Now expense increase debit, so salary expense account or salary account, any account debit 45,000. Cash account credit 45,000. Receive rent income. When we receive rent income, we receive cash, right? Cash is it increase. Rent income increase. We write as rent income. Why? We don't write like just only rent income. Why? Sometimes when we pay rent, rent can be expense. Rent is either income or expense. When we receive rent, it is rent income. When we pay rent, that is rent expense. Don't write just only rent account. Better to write rent income account or rent expense account. Then the stay, our ultimate objective of the accounting is to provide information to the stakeholders for their decision. Just only rent, they might be confused whether it's income or expense. Understand? Send me a thumbs up, but they can see by looking at the financial statements, but better to write, right? You know, cash account debit 1,000, rent income account credit, right? Rent income account credit 70,000. Next one. Pay traveling charges, right? When we pay traveling charges, we pay cash, right? Cash. Traveling charges. Traveling is what? Expense. Day-to-day business operation. Expense increase, it's debit. Normally we write the debit in. Traveling expense account, debit 4,000. Cash account credit 4,000. Right. Next one. Now the important one. Just only receive telephone bill. It doesn't means we haven't paid. We haven't paid. Send me a thumbs up. No information, we paid it. We just received the telephone, which means it's a liability. I told you, though we paid or not, you need to identify income and expenses relevant for the period under accrual concept. Right? Now in here, though we now still we haven't paid, though we paid or not, telephone charges expense increase, right? You can't say cash asset decrease. Why? Still we haven't paid, right? So payable telephone charges, liability increase. We open a liability. Why? Still we haven't paid. We need to open in a liability account. Then if you open in a liability account, next month first we open a liability account. Why? If you open a liability account and when you go to the next month, you can see there's under liabilities, there's a payable. Still we haven't paid, right? There's another word we call as accrued telephone charges. Telephone charges. Right? So expense increase, it's debit. Telephone charges account, debit. Uh, rupees take 5,000. Rupees 5,000. Payable telephone charges account, credit 5,000. Or another word we call as accrued telephone charges. Finish it and put raise hands faster. Finish up to here and put raise hands. Finish up. Send me a thumbs up. Hope all good. Can you hear me? Waiting for the raise hand. Now we are going to discuss about the invent. Student put raise hands. Give me 2 3 minutes. Till that, what I suggest, go to the tutorial, send me a thumbs up. Give me 2 3 minutes. We are having, go to the tutorial and come to the page number uh, 11. Just write the dual effect, not the debit credit, increase decrease. Send me a thumbs up. Page number 11, dual effect means increase decrease, not the debit credit. Which asset increase, which asset decrease, expense increase or decrease, that's all. Right. So yeah, send me a thumbs up. We had some that's right. Right. Okay. Let's start. Uh, I'll do this one later on. Do this one later on. We need to continue the chart, right? Send me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? We have discussed kind of income expense thing, right? To go 12 onwards now. We are discussing an important part called inventory. Inventory, right? Inventory. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some work. We need to go, we are going to discuss, to draw some mind map. Inventory. I think kept any space for the inventory. Inventory. Right. Inventory. Don't write up. I'll tell you how to write. Now because you are continuing the chart, yeah, we write. I'll tell you. Right. Now you know the difference between right inventory and non-current assets. Now you know assets we divide into two. That means things belongs to the business. Simply means those are current assets. Current assets means within next 12 months it will convert into cash or sold, and the non-current assets. Right now, inventory comes under current asset. Right. PPE, property, plant and equipment comes under non-current asset. Inventory means something, things purchased for the reselling purpose. Things purchased for reselling purpose. Reselling purpose. Things purchased for usage purpose. Now these are two things, right? Inventory means you purchase for the reselling purpose. That is a core business activity in the mango selling business. Mangoes, right? In a plastic item selling business, plastic items. In a car sale, cars, right? Like kind. Non-current assets means things you purchase for the usage purpose. Now, for an example, in a mango selling business, if we are having a table, that table is for the usage purpose. In a car sale, if we are having a car for the office purpose, that is a non-current asset. Why? There is no purpose of reason. In a plastic item business, if we are having a lorry to distribute the items, that is an non-current assets. Why? There is no any intention for the reselling purpose. It's for the usage purpose. That's all about the intention. चेतना हम दिखते कम मतलब कि ना चेतना मतलब हम right. If you are having something for the usage purpose, that is an non-current asset. Send me a thumbs up. If you are having something for the reselling purpose, that is a current inventory. Inventory comes under current assets, right? Why it's current asset? Because within next 12 months it's convert into cash. Inventory immediately convert into cash, but since there is no any reselling purpose, non-current assets means things we expect to use more than 12 months, we expect to use for a longer period of time. Now, last time I discussed purchase a motor vehicle, equipment, building, those are non-current assets, furniture. Now we are going to discuss about inventory. Now you need to know this part is really important. Because without having a proper idea, you can't about this. Right? Okay. Now think this is our business, right? Our business first, it's a trading business. I told you there are three kinds of business. This is a trading business, buy and sell business. Our core business activity is mangoes. We are a mango selling business. Now I'll take this side as the purchase side and this side as the sales side. Side as the purchase side. Side as the sales side. Purchase means purchasing mangoes, not the others. These are the selling side. Right? Now remember, we can divide this into two. We purchase mangoes, that is the inventory. Our inventory is the mango, right? Right? That is the core business activity. We purchase mangoes and we sell the mangoes, right? Purchase mangoes on cash basis, sell the mangoes on uh, can take purchase mangoes cash basis. Cash basis means at the time of purchase we are giving money. Credit basis. We sell the mangoes on cash basis. We sell the mangoes on credit basis. And you know another thing, if we sell the things on credit basis, if we purchase the things on credit basis, the party who give the mangoes on credit, we call them as trade payables. Or another word, creditors. If we sell the mangoes on credit basis, the other party we call it as what? Trade receivable. Trade receivable. Other thing we call is a debtor. Right? Now, remember one thing to highlight, right? I don't know. Now, no, in O levels also you had these purchase goods, sale goods, those things. But there's another word. We can return the goods. Things we purchase, if we don't want, we can return it to the supplier. And we purchase the things from supplier. We sell the goods to the customer. I need the thumbs up. Customer. If we when we purchase the goods, if we don't want, we can return them. But remember, we can return only the credit basis things. Remember, we can return only the what? Only the credit basis. We call it as return outwards. Why? Again, return out. Return to the supplier. Inventory again goes out. In other words, purchase return. Remember, we can return only the credit basis purchase. We can't return the cash basis. Then ණයට ගෙනාපුවා විතරයි අපිට රිටර්න් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Cash basis ඒවා බෑ. Also, when we sell the goods to the customers, credit customers, not the cash customer, cash basis. If they don't need it, if there's any matter, they can return it to us. We call it as return inwards. Why? Again come ins. So all things again come return inwards. We call it as another word. sales return. Sales return. Sales return. Can you remember in the last session I gave you listed price? Send me a thumbs up. Listed price and those kind of things I gave you, right? Listed price and the discount, everything, right? Right. Another thing, right? Right? Remember. Now, these are the inventory kind of things. Not only that, there can be another thing. Sometimes the owners goods withdrawals can be happening. Owners withdrawing. Now, inventory related transactions we can mainly classify it into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Owners goods drawing, right? Another thing, owners goods drawings ඇතුළට එනවා owner invest goods or the inventory. Goods කියන්නේ inventory කියන්නේ both are same නා. Owners invest goods to the business. Remember, right? දේවල් දෙකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Inventory another word, goods. Then how many transactions can be happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of thing. Cash purchase, credit sale, so cash purchase, cash sale, credit purchase, credit sale, return outwards, return inwards, right? Send me a thumbs up. And one thing to highlight, every time remember, right? Highlight only credit purchase can return and credit sale can return. Credit purchases can return by business. Credit sale can return by customers. Purchase ने आप return करना අපිනේ යවන්නේ දාන්න බාන්න තමයි අපේ business එකේ අපිනේ යවන්නේ purchase, right? ඒ තමයි inventory related 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 thing මේක පුළුවන් නම් nothing, right? Okay, right, all right. Now I'm going to tell you one thing. We have discussed about discounts. Hope you can remember. Last time we discussed. I'll take one example now. Think listed price 1000 minus 10% discount 100. So 900 is the purchase. Right? Listed price $2,000 minus 20% discount 400. 1,600 is the sales price. Next one. Listed price 5,000 minus 10% discount. 500. 4,500 is the purchase price. Part is really important, right? Purchase, right? Think 20% of goods returned. Right? May sorry, 50% of the goods returned. දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up. මේ ගත්තේ වයින් 50ක් return කරනවා. I need a thumbs up. ගත්තේ වයින් ආයෙ 50ක් අපි return කළා. Remember, not related to this one. It's only here. Right? Tell me what is happening and how to record. In here also the listed price 1,000 minus 5% discount 50, 950 the sale price. Right? Right? I'm going to change it. Right? Right? Okay. Business keep 20% 20% markup, 20% profit on cost, on cost. 20% profit on cost, right? Cost rupees 200 worth of goods return. Send me a thumbs up. ඔන්න ටිකක් වෙනස් කරා. ඒතර තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් දැන් මේක කරන නම්. Owners goods drawings think rupees 10,000, right? Owner invest to the business rupees 40,000. Now I'm going to put the numbers to these things. Number 1 to this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Now I told you, when we purchase and sell the goods, if there are discounts, those are which discount? One, two, three, four arrows. These are trade discounts. Right? Right? Trade discounts. Even 5, 6 also trade discounts. There is no information about the cash settlement. All are trade discounts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need the thumbs ups. Turn. ඔන්න මම ඔයාලට තව ටිකක් මේක මෙහෙම කරන්න. Balance paid. Balance received. So paid for the 50% of the goods return and paid balance amount. තරහ ගන්න. Cash received for others. දාමු subject to 10% discount. කතන්දර ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. සුපිරි. අමාරු නෑ ලේසි. ඔයගේ තමයි තේරුම් ගන්න. මයින්ඩ් මැපුත් දාලා තියෙනවා. මේක ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නෑ. In 1, 2, 3, 4 events, even 5, 6 and things, if there are discounts, we don't care about that. I'll take yes cash payment I'll take it as 9 and 10. Cash payment කියන්නේත් එකක් නේ. Return කරනවා කියන්නේ තව එකක්. සල්ලි ගෙවනවා කියන්නේ තව එකක්. දාන්න බලන්න තමයි. Return කරනවා කියන්නේ තව එකක්. සල්ලි හම්බෙනවා කියන්නේ තව එකක්. තේරුණා? දාන්න බලන්න තමයි. Right. ඒතර තේරුම් ගන්න. Now I'm going to take a chart for you. Number අපි මෙහෙම කරමු. Numbers දාමු. අපේ මේකේ තියෙන. Numbers දාමු අපේ තියෙන. Right? අපේ තියෙන numbers දාමු. අරකට පිට. Now we have done how many 11, right? Okay. 12, 13, right? 14, 16, 18, 20, right? All good. Let's see. Temple. And this is not the accounting equation, right? In accounting equation, I told you purchase price එකේ cost එකක් concern කරේ නෑ. Supply එකේ cost එක අපිට වැඩක් නෑ. But in accounting equation, when we sell the goods, we concern the cost as well. Send me a thumbs up. Now think 50,000 worth of goods sold for 70,000. Inventory decrease 50,000. Cash asset increase 70,000. For 20,000 we record on a profit. That is accounting equation. But this is not that. Double entries, we don't consider about the cost in relation to the selling price, right? Now first one, purchase 100,000 worth of goods subject to 10% discount, right? Now what is the thing? Purchase rupees 1,000 worth of goods subject to 10% discount. Send me a thumbs up. Purchase 1,000 worth of goods subject to 10% discount. Right? The thing. Now I told you when they purchase and sell, and you know if there is a return, ගන්න එකත් අපිට එකක් විදියට ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? මම එක විතර වෙනම ගත්ත එක. Right? Okay. Purchase, sales, and the returns, we don't care about the discounts. So 900. Then take inventory asset increase. Inventory asset increase. Right? Cash asset decrease. Cash assets decrease. In the dual link. 900. Sounds weird. But there is a then මොනවාද තියෙන accounts? What are the accounts we maintain when we purchase and the sale goods, right? Right. Now, you need to know about accounts maintained related to inventory for the goods. Send me a thumbs up. This part is really important. For the goods. Right. Remember, either cash or credit, our business is the business. You know, either cash or credit, purchase inventory, selling. දැන් හිතන්න ඔයා යම්කිසි දෙයක් 100ට නම් ගන්නේ. ඔයා අඩුම 101කටවත් සෙල් කරන්න ඕන. P1 එකක profit එකක් තියන්න. Right? And you know inventory is business asset, that is obvious. Inventory is business asset. Remember, inventory is business. But when we maintain the accounts, right? Remember, we can't maintain inventory an account called inventory account, right? ගන්න එක price එකකට sell කරන්නේ තව price එක. Two different prices. Purchase and sell different prices. Different prices. ඒක supply එක එක ගණන් වලට දෙන්නේ. අපිත් sell කරන්නේ එක එක customers ලාට එක එක ගණන් වලට. සමහරවිට දැන් හිතන්න ඔයා ඔය ළඟදී තිබ්බ pet show and you know there are book fair and Colombo shopping festival. Now I went to all the things. Now normally I go for all the things. Now in Colombo shopping festival thing, our normal selling price of this one is 1,000 thing. Our normal market selling price is 1,000. Then I normally sell this in the market 1,000. But Colombo shopping festival is a special event, right? So as a promotion, I'm selling this to all the customers who comes to the Colombo shopping festival as 900. I need the thumbs up. And here my profit is not decreases much, but normally I sell 1,000, but at the Colombo shopping festival I sell at 900. Two different prices, right? Sales also at different prices. Sometimes different supplies also given different prices. That's because of that, right? For inventory, we maintain different kinds of account. For an example, now you know we need to calculate profit earned through inventory buying and selling. Buying and selling. Inventory buying and selling. Right? Means you know profit. How to calculate profit? Profit equal income minus expenses. That is really important. Now this purchase I need to consider as expense. Sales I need to concern as income. So after profit tag ganna. Inventory के लिए asset account tag ගහන්නේ. Inventory purchase I concern as expense increase in the double entry. The dual. Inventory sale we concern as incoming. So if I take sales as income, purchase as expense, then sell කරන්න 101ට purchase 100, so I can calculate the rupees 1. Now because of that there is no inventory asset account. What are the accounts we maintain inventory? First one is purchase account. Purchase account is expense type of account. In expense principle, increase debit, decrease. All the inventory purchases recorded under here. All the inventory purchases recorded under here. The thumbs up. Inventory sales we maintain under sales account. Is an income kind of account. Increase credit, decrease debit. All the inventory sales we recorded here. Now, what is our first transaction? Purchase goods 900, right? Dual impact, inventory asset increase at the. But remember, in the double entry, we debit to the purchase account, right? Purchase account debit. Inventory account එකක් ගහන්න බෑ. Why we concern as expense increase please. Dual impact එක kind of similar to the equation, right? මතකනේ අර අපි සමහර ඒවා කරා. Cash asset cash asset cash account, right? දැන් බලන්න. අපි අරගෙන තියෙනවා 900 දේව. ඒතකොට number 1 මොකද කරන්නේ? Purchase debit කරනවා 900. I told you in description we write the other entry cash account. Number 2, what has happened? We sold the inventory with a listed price 1000. We sold for the under 20% discount. We sold for 1600. You can see. Number 12, 13. Sold rupees 2000 goods, right? On cash basis, subject to 20%. දැන් මේක තියාගත්ත profit එක මොනවාද? ඒවා මම දැන් our selling price. This is not the cost. Send me a thumbs up. It is selling price. Selling price. The selling price. We take the selling price only in here. We don't concern about the cost, right? When we related to the sales, I told you, when we take about the sales in double entry, right? We don't concern about the cost, right? Only the selling price. We don't concern about the cost. Cost we don't need the cost when we develop the double entry. Only the selling price. මේ listed price එක කියන cost එක නෙමෙයි. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මම දැන් 500කට ගෙනාවු cost එකක් 500කට ගෙනාවු inventory එකක් මම ගෙනාවේ 500කට. මම sell කරන්න ගහලා තිබ්බා 2000කට. ඒ 2000න් තමයි මම 400ක් අඩු කරලා 1600ට sell දාන්න බන්න. එල මගේ selling price එකෙන් තමයි මේ discount එක දුන්නේ, not from the cost. third තේරුම් ගන්න නැත්නම් ඔයාලට ඉස්සරහට යද්දි හරියන්නේ. third concentrate කරන්න. one shot knockout තේරුම් ගන්න. දාන්න බන්න thumbs up. selling price එක තමයි දෙන්නේ, cost එක නෙමෙයි. I need the thumbs up again. All good? ටිකක් වෙලා යනවා, අමාරුයි මම දන්නවා ඔයාගේ attention එක a bit. Right. Now I told you when we sell the goods, where we record in here sales, right? Cash. Sell කරනවා purchase එකම account එකකට දානවා, sales තව account එකකට. You can see how do we record it? The double entry inventory, dual impact we take on the inventory, right? So you can see cash asset increase. 1600 400 අපි අඩු කර inventory asset dik thousands, you know, cash account debit 1600. In here when we sell the goods where we record sales account credit thousands. Why? We concern as income increase. Sell කරනවා නම් income increase. Right? Third one 40. Purchase 5,000 listed price of goods subject to 10% discount. ගද්දිත් අපිට discount එකක් හම්බෙද්දී trade discounts we don't record, right? Now you know. Number 40. Purchase rupees 5,000 worth of goods subject to 10% discount. And අපි කීයද ගන්නේ? Trade discounts we don't take it to account, so we don't concern about that 500. Inventory asset increase. Inventory asset increase how much? Inventory asset එකක් තමයි. හැබැයි අර double entry එකට යද්දි inventory කියලා account එකක් ගහන්න බෑ. You know, the party who give the goods on credit, we call it as trade creditor. Creditor liability increased by 4,500, not 5,000. Why? There's a 500 by 4,000. So either it's a credit purchase, you know, we record under purchase account credit 4,500. Why? Expense increase. Trade creditor account it 4,000. You can see, right? Number 3. Number 3. This is 12, 13, 14, right? Yes. 12, 13, 14. The 12, 12, 14 also trade creditor. How much? We purchase it for 4,500. Send me a thumbs up. I'll draw the other accounts as well. You can see. We had cash account, had trade credit. Cash account is an asset type of increase debit decrease. Trade credit is a liability type of account. So 12 cash credit, right? Why when we purchase the goods, we pay the cash. Cash goes out. When 13 we purchase, they sold the goods. When we sold the goods, cash comes in. That's why cash in debit 1,600. Next one 14. When we purchase the goods are on credit, our liability decrease. Purchase liability increase 1,000. Next one 15. We sold the goods 1,000 subject to 5% discount. Then මේ purchase sale කරද්දී තියෙන discount එක අපි record කරන්න. Right. Now you can see if 15 sold rupees 1000 worth of goods subject to 5% discount. දැන් අපි sell කරේ කීයටද? 950 වලටනේ. On credit basis. On එකත් on credit basis. Credit basis නම් credit basis කියලා ලියන්න. Cash basis නම් ලිව්වේ නැතත් අවුලක්. Trade receivable asset increase. Inventory asset decrease 9. But I told you when we sell the goods, we need to consider it as income. Trade receivable account debit 950. Sales account credit 950. 5. Coming. Send me a thumbs up. Third තාර්කිකව හිතන්න. එක්සෑම් එක කොහෙන් ඇහුවත් එතකොට ඔයාට ගේමක් ගහගන්න පුළුවන්. thumbs up. Can you hear me? Third practically හිතන්න. දැන් බලන්න 14 එකේ මොකද වුනේ? We sold the goods 950 on credit basis. Other entry as trade receipt. So you can see, you need to have the account called trade receipt. Forty well 39. There. How much? 950. සම්බන් ගන්නේවා ඔක්කොම purchase account එකට debit කරා. sell කරන ඔක්කොම sales account එකට credit කරා. inventory කියලා account එකක් නැහැ. දාන්න බන්න තමයි. There is no any inventory. Right? Need the thumbs ups. ගන්නේවා ඔක්කොම either cash basis or credit basis. Debited to the purchaser. An inventory asset එකක් වුණාට though the inventory is an asset, when we purchase we need to consider it as expense. Why? Income minus expense is the profit. දැන් අපිට වෙනම ගන්න පුළුවන්. එකම account එකේ ගෙවුවොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. අයියේ. ඒක prices වලටනේ යන්නේ. That's why we make types of. Now herein onwards really important. Then return outwards. Purchase return. 50% of the goods return. දැන් ඔයා හිතන්න එපා 50,000 5,000 වලින් 50%. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි return කරලා තියෙන්නේ 2,500 කියලා. Right? Return එක අපි බලන්නේ we calculate the return. We need to calculate the return. Return outwards, right? Return outwards. Return outwards we calculate outwards. Another word we call as purchase return. දැන් අපි discount එක අඩු කරලා ගත්ත ගානෙන් බලන්න 4,500 තමයි අපි ගත්ත එක. මං කිව්වා only the credit basis things can be returned. 4,500 into 50. 4,500 50%. 2,250. How much? 2,250. 2,000. That is the return price. Send me a thumbs up. කියන්නේ ගත්ත ගානෙන් 50% අපි return කරා. The thumbs up. right? You can see ඇත්තරම ගත්තොත් number 16 ඇවිල්ලා return goods to supplier rupees 2250% the purchase price. Then මොකද්ද dual impact? When we return goods to the supplier, inventory asset decrease. Trade payable liability decrease. Right? Liability decrease. ගද්දි liability වැඩි වෙනවා return ගද්දි liability අඩු වෙනවා. Inventory asset decreased by 2002. Now there is a matter. ගත්තේවා මෙතනට දැම්මන. ගත්තේවා අඩු වෙද්දි කොහෙටද දාන්නේ? දාන්න බාන්න තමයි. ගත්තේවා මෙහෙට දැම්මා. සෙල් කරනේවා මෙතනට දැම්මා. රිටර්න් කරනේවත් මේ accounts දෙකේ ගහන්න බෑ. You need to have a separate account for, right? Third අහගන්න send me a thumbs up. Purchase return account. Purchase return or return outwards account. Send me a thumbs up. වෙනම අර දෙකේ ගහන්න බෑ. You need to have a separate account. ඒක මොන වර්ගයේ account එකද? That is also expense type of account. ඔන්න exam එකේ පටල ගන්න. ඇයි එතකොට expense account එකක් තියෙන්නේ? ගද්දිත් expense නා. return කරද්දිත් expense. එතකොට හැබැයි it goes to the here, right? Now remember, trade payable account debit, trade payable account debit 2200, return outwards account credit 2002. Call another word, purchase return account. Purchase return. දැන් මේක මොන type එකකද? මේක ඇවිල්ලා expense decrease. Remember, expense decrease. ගද්දි expense වැඩි වෙනවා නම් when we purchase our expense increase. When we return our expense decrease, but instead of crediting to here, we are crediting to another account separately. කේම ගහන්නේ. What is the number? Number is 16. 2250 trade payable. Send me a thumbs up. Liability decrease. Trade payable. Trade payable. Oh, you can see number 16. Return outward. 1002. දැන් මොකද්ද මේකේ තේරුම? ඇයි ඒ වෙනම දාන්නේ? මම ඇයි කියලා කියන්නම්. දාන්න බාන thumbs up හතරක්. ගද්දි දාන්න එකකට රිටර්න් කරද්දි දාන්න තව එකක්. මේ දෙන්නේ අපි ගද්දි දාන්නේ purchase. රිටර්න් කරද්දි දාන්නේ purchase return account. හරි. දැන් ඕක ඇත්තටම මොකද හිතන්නේ නැද්ද සර්? ඉතින් අපිට මෙහෙම කරන්න බැරි. දැන් අපිට inventory කියලා account එකක් නැහැ. ගද්දි ඒවා purchase දැන් මේක expense account. ගද්දි ඔයා දන්නවා purchase කියන expense එක වැඩි වෙනවා. sell කරද්දි purchase return කියන expense එක අඩු වෙනවා. so ගද්දි මේකට දාලා return කරද්දි මේකට දාන්න බැරිද? expense අඩු වෙනවා කියලා. මේ පැත්තරම දාන්න බෑ. ඇයි අපි මේකටම දාන්නේ නැතුව අපි වෙනම account එකකට මෙතනට දැම්මා. ඒකට හේතුව ඇයි කියන්න? දැන් අපේ business එකේ අපිට ඉන්නවා හැමතිස්සෙම අපි දැන් අරගෙන රිටර්න් කරන්න උගේ මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැත්නම් because there is a matter with that person. Sometimes their goods are not faulty, damaged or anyhow. අපි මේක අස්සෙම ගැහුවොත් රිටර්න් කරන ඒවත් අපිට වෙනම ට්‍රැක් කරගන්න අමාරුයි. දාන්න බෑ අපි ෆයිනල් account balances ඒක අස්සෙම ගැහුවොත් අපිට අමාරුයි. අපි වෙනම account එක තියාගත්තොත් අපිට අපෙන් අපි අරගත්ත ඒවායින් හැමතිස්සෙම රිටර්න් කරන උන් අපිට අයිඩෙන්ටිෆයි කරගෙන උන්ගෙන් ආයෙ ගන්න තු ඉන්න. අනිත් thumbs up. Can you hear? අරකෙම ගත්තොත් අපිට හරි අමාරුයි. ඒකෙම අස්සේ ගැහුවොත්. We maintain as a separate account, we can track them and further we are not going to purchase them again. දැන් exam එකේ අහනවා. State below the accounting element of below accounts. Purchase account, which kind of account? It is an expense account. Past professor. Purchase return account or the return outwards account, which kind of account? That is also expense. But remember, in purchase, every time we debit to the purchase account. In purchase return, every time all the things comes to the credit side. I need the thumbs up. ගන්නේවා මෙහෙම රිටර්න් කරනවා මෙහෙම. ඒතර වෙනස තේරුම්. රියට ඕනේ ආ සුපිරියට ඕනේ. Next one. Now here. දැන් ඔන්න ඕකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. දැන් බලන්න මේක. right? ඔන්න ඕක මම පොඩක් වල පැටලෙන්න දුන්නේ. දැන් මේකේ ඇවිල්ලා 16 17 වල you need to know. Right? Sales return price එක කීයද? Return inwards I එනවනේ. දැන් මේ අපි sell කරපු price එක. හරි? අපි sell කරේ 950 වලට. No credit sale was 950. Keeps 20% profit on cost. දැන් බලන්න අපි 100 to know like this. Cost plus profit equal the selling price. Then cost එකට තමයි 20% තියාගලා අපි 120ට sell කරනවා. Sold for 100. Sell for 100. හරි. cost එක 200 worth ඒවා return කරා. අපි cost එක කොයි වෙලාවෙත් record කරන්නේ නැහැ double entry වල. මම කිව්වා දාන්න බාන්න තමයි. return කරපු ඒ cost එක 200. අපිට ඒක වැඩක් නැහැ. return ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ cost එක 200. අපි return කරද්දී profit එකක් තියාගෙන sell කරේ. දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි ඈ. I'll repeat it. දැන් හිතන්න මේ ඉන්නේ මම. මේ ඉන්නේ customer. දැන් හිතන්න මම ගත්තේ 100ට. මම 20ක් තියාගෙන 120ට sell කරා. හරි. දැන් මෙයා මට යම්කිසි inventory තොගයක් return කරා. ඒ value එක දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ inventory තොගේ cost එක 200. දාන්න බෑ. අපි sell කරද්දි double entry ලියන්නේ 120ට selling price එක. sales return කරද්දි double entry ලියනවලු ඒක අපි මෙතන හොයා ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට sell කරපු price. I need the thumbs up. Yeah, make it be, but it says the cost of the sold goods was 200, right? Now let's see the cost. මං කිව්වා අර මගේ ෆෝමියුලා එක මොකක්ද? තියෙන එකේ උඩයට මාරු කරලා නැති එකෙන් වැඩි කරනවා. බලමු. වගේ අමාරුව තමයි එක්සෑම්. දැන් මම මේ පොඩි පොඩි ලාමක ටින්ටින් ඒවා ඔයාව සතුරු කරන්න නැතුව ගත්තා. ඒක කොහොමද දනවද ගන්න? කියන එකේ උඩයට මාරු කරනවා 200 divide by 100 multiply by 100. Can you tell me how? 200 divide by 100 multiply by 100 and 240. මම සෙල් කරලා තියෙන්නේ 240 වලට. send me. මම සෙල් කරලා තියෙන්නේ 240. cost එක අපි concern කරන්නේ double entry. We concern only the sales selling price. දැන් මට මම සෙල් කරලා තියෙන්නේ කීයටද? මම සෙල් කරලා තියෙන්නේ 240 වලට. sorry මම සෙල් කරලා තියෙන්නේ 240 වලට. ඒකට දැන් මම ඇත්තටම සෙල් කරේ 950 selling price එක total 950. ඒ 950 වලින් මට return වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කීයද? 240 selling price එක. මේ ඇවිල්ලා selling price. මේ 950 වලින් 200 නෙමෙයි return වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. 200 is the cost now. 950 වලින් return වෙලා දෙන්නේ කීයද? 240. I need a thumbs up. Right? Third theorem. Now we can write transaction number 70. Right? Customer return rupees 240 worth of goods. 240 goods. 240 worth of 240 goods to the business. Right? The cost of that cost was 200. When we in accounting equation එකේ cost එක ඕනේ, but in here we don't need. අපිට අපේ inventory කියන asset එක වැඩි වෙන්නේ. Inventory කියන asset එක වැඩි වෙන්නේ. Right? Inventory කියන asset එක වැඩි වෙන්නේ 200 වල. dual impact එක. Right? ඊළඟට නෑ මම මේක අයින් කරන්න නැත්නම් ඔයාලට පැටලෙනවා. එකක් වෙනස් වෙනවා. පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් වෙනවානේ. අපි මතකද දන්නේ මේ accounting equation වල දිග කතන්දරයක් කියන්නේ දාන්න බන්න තමයි. accounting equation වල අපිට ඇත්තටම double entry නේ අපේ ultimate impact එක send here. No need to write it. ඔයාලට නැත්තම් පැටලෙයි. I need the thumbs up scan here. ඕනේ නේ. අපේ ultimate එක මේක. equation. දැන් බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ. දැන් මොකද කරන්නේ? සේල් කරද්දී sales කියලා account එකට ගැහුවනම් අර වගේම තමයි. sales return වෙද්දී ඒකටත් වෙනම account එකක් ඕන. We call it as sales return account. Or another word, return inwards account. ඒක මොන type එකේ account එකක්ද? That is also income type of account. But income decreases account. Sell කරද්දී income increase, when the sales return income decreases. අර ඒකත් වෙනම ගන්න. අපිට හැමතිස්සෙම අපෙන් අරන් ගිහලා return කරන customers ලා වදකාරයෝ අපි identify කරගන්න. ඒක වෙනම account එක. That you can see number 17 I guess. Trade receivables. ඇයි sell කරද්දී debtor asset වැඩි වෙනවා. Sales return කරද්දී උන් අඩු වෙනවා. Is an asset. Sell ඒගොල්ලන්ට credit sale කරද්දී asset increase when they reduce. Numbers. Sales return. I'll take it. That is the return inwards. එනවනේ. Return inwards. Now tell me what is the double entry. Right? Return inwards account debit. Return inwards account debit 240. Right? Sales return account. Right? It is which kind of account? Income decreases account. Trade receivable asset decrease. Thing. Right? Dual impact එක ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Inventory asset decrease increase 200. Return inwards decrease return inwards expense decrease 40. ලියන්න පුළුවන්. ඔක පැටලෙනවා ඔයාට ආයෙ එකක්. Right? Number 18. හොඳට හිතන්න ඕනේ හැම පැත්තම. මම අන්තිමට ආයෙ summary එකක් දෙනවා ඔයාලට බය වෙන්න එපා. දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up. ඔයාට ආයෙ චුට්ටක් පැටලෙනවා වගේ නම් I'll give you a summary. 18. හරි චුට්ටක් ඉන්න අපි දැන් ඉතුරු තව තියෙනවා. හරි අපි තව තියෙනවා. What I want you to do වෙලාව නැහැ ලොකුවට. ඔයා ලියාගෙන ඉන්න බලන්න මේ 12 ඉඳන් ලියාගෙන ඉන්න දාන්න මම. Write from the 12 and put raised hands. 10 me a thumbs up. We wrote up to 11. Write from the 12 and put raised hands. Send me a thumbs up. Remember, we don't write the trade discounts, right? We take only the cash discount. මම ආයේ summary එකක් දෙනවා ලබන සතියේ. බය වෙන්න එපා. මේ in detail එක නේ. I giving a summary. Finish it and put raised hands. Student put raise hands. Waiting for the raise hand. Don't need the inventory. Actually, you don't need the dual impact. Just for your reference. Sumila and Sadev done. Once you done, put all good. Send me a thumbs up. Can you hear me, guys? Right. Hope done, right? Right. Okay. මේක තව ඉස්සරහට යනවා. අද කරන්න අමාරුයි. ඒක තව කියලා දෙනවනේ මේක මේ අන්තිමට සමරියක් විදිහට ඔයාලට මතක තියාගන්න ලේසි විදිහට. නේද? තව ඕනේ ඔයාලට. How to remember it, no purchase. Then now you know one thing. Summary. Only the credit purchase can be returned. When the business returned the goods to the supplier, we call it as purchase return or return outwards. When the business customer return the goods, we call it as return inward or the sales return. Right? Purchases is an expense, sales is an income. Purchase return also sales return also income. Purchase is an expense, purchase return is an expense decreases actually. The expense sales is an income, sales return is an income decreases. Next week. And remember, next week I'll tell you about the class plan. මේ ටික කළා මේ පාඩම ඉවර කරන්න ගොඩක් ඕනේ මේක හරියට තව කියලා දෙනවා VAT ගැන අපි කතා කරන්න ගොඩක් දේවල් අද depreciation blah blah blah. That's why normally we are meeting again 9 and there will be 2 extra classes in addition to this one, right? මොකද මට සමහර වෙලාවට 30th පොඩි holiday එකක් දෙන්න වෙයි, but I can't shoot. I'll tell you. ඒකත් එක cover වෙන්නත් එක්ක තමයි මම මේ 2 classes කරන්නේ. ඒකත් ඉවර කරගන්නත් එක්ක. Right, by the way, let's meet next Sunday and I will upload the recordings of the past communication as right. Thank you for the participation. Bye. God bless.